I'm going to chuck
Afternoon,
expand
Ian.
into the mix as well. Expansive plan. Expansive plan of action.
When you said action, what sensation do you get?
A kind of doing action from my being action. From my being is coming my doing, and my doing is the action.
All right, so imagine you're a little child, right? Just there on the playground. You're beating, yeah, you're singing, and then some adult comes in and says action. What does that trigger?
Probably to the little version of me, probably wouldn't mean that much. I think the being, because it's my younger version of being my being nature. And the doing feels like kind of action. But the being feels deeper and more relaxed and less pressuresome.
Thank you.
Feel something in my stomach. Yeah, I choose for it to be gut action, being action, heart action, not head action. But I've just put the attention on not the head, so back to what I choose. Deep, gut, instinctual, being and doing and receiving. I think, yeah, more than make a plan, it's receive a plan. So be open to receive a plan. An expansive, musical endeavor.
Thanks, Joe. Couldn't tell if it's mine or yours, or all of ours, but it was, as soon as you said that in the first time you said action, I felt a shying away from it. Like a child getting younger, getting smaller, being hidden. In other words, afraid of it.
Yeah, I am. But also excited.
Afraid of the action, or
the
afraid
longer I
of
leave
something
it,
else?
The longer I leave it, the harder it gets. Oh, well, not the harder it gets, but it builds up. What do you say, sorry, Craig?
I said afraid of the action or afraid of something else?
Afraid probably
of-
of the action maybe failing or maybe even succeeding. It's like uncomfortable for like my current identity, because once when this does start working, a lot of parts of the old identity gonna die. So that's probably my old identity talking about the action, afraid and scared that the parts of it's gonna be not dying, but well, that's what he thinks it's gonna happen. They're gonna die, but they're gonna actually just get upgraded, you know. So yeah, that's a good point. Just to let my current identity know that it's okay, you're loved, you're held. It's just we're shifting to a new identity where we're shifting through the frequencies.
Yeah, what came to me was way back when, and being forced to take actions that were incongruent with true nature.
Yeah, so it's confusing.
And settling into that pattern.
Mm.
You know, taking on that pattern as if it's me or if it's mine. As if it's mine.
Mm. Mm.
I've got a word for today. My word is feel. Lately, I've been allowing myself to actually feel. I used to suppress it, but now I'm actually allowing myself to feel the fatigue, feel the aches, just feel my body, feel my emotions, actually allow myself to feel. And I've just been letting go of the idea of success, like external success. And I've been asking myself, what is success for me? Not what other people think success is, not what society says success is. What is success for me? What is my success? And I keep getting inner success, finding inner peace, finding inner love, let go of all the bullshit, let go of other people's perceptions of what success is, come within and just feel. This experience I'm having now, on the other side, there's nothing but love. So this experience I'm having now of, let's say, ill health, I'll put it, it's such a unique experience because you can't experience it on the other side. So just embrace everything, embrace the aches, embrace the tiredness, embrace. Yeah.
Thank you, Ian. Embrace.
It's
Embody.
really stepping into my heart and feeling from my heart. But not going into my ego and like, this is shit, you know, actually going into my heart and feeling it and feeling, embracing it from my heart. It's hard to explain, but that's what I've been feeling, like embracing it from my heart and just seeing it from a higher perspective. And like, this is such a unique opportunity for me, you know?
Wow. That's incredible. That's so inspiring, mate. When you said that about success, I've got definitions for success that I've had drilled into my head, and it's success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile dream. sort of worthwhile dream. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. In the external world, success is measured like that, but that's it, a worthwhile dream to you. You know, that could be just getting up,
Mm,
smiling and laughing.
I've been seeing it from like a soul perspective instead of society. Like, what is success for my soul? Why did I choose this? What is success for me? Not what other people say. Not because I want people to think, oh, he's doing amazing, you know, what's it for me? Fuck what other people think, you know? What's success for me? So yeah.
yeah, a form of
Well,
success that nourishes your own soul.
Yeah, beautifully said. Success that
thank
nourishes
you.
my own soul. Mm.
Mm,
I'm gonna write that down.
So
mm.
Ian, Ginny has a lovely term and it's called my soul's goal. And that's what it sounds like you talking about.
Mm. Soul's goal of a soul's gold.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Success that nourishes my own soul. Beautiful.
Mm.
Thanks, Jake.
So if you ask yourself, like, what nourishes, what would I love to nourish my soul? What kind of feelings? Like, does anything pop to mind?
Being with you guys.
Oh, bless. What feelings that give you, brother?
It's just being around people that are from the heart and no judgment and just, yeah, the love that I feel. It's nice.
Mm.
And I can do it from the comfort of my own home. So, yeah.
Anytime, any place, anywhere, you can come into this
Mm.
feeling. Like, anytime I think about that gig that I went to, that Limp Bizkit gig, it was just electric. And literally just going back there now, boom, I'm there now again. You know, I'm just in that atmosphere of energy. It's like, and same with this call, same with that's it. Thinking about this call, remembering, boom. And like Pascal says, you know, bringing our being into our doing. You know, bringing this into all areas of our life, every movement, every step, every breath. And obviously not kicking ourselves if we lose self-awareness for half a day or a few days, but that's the best thing about this call. It keeps bringing us back to self-awareness, how we're feeling now. Salute, Ian, my brother. We love you, mate.
We just sit with that for a minute. Before doing, before being, there is receiving.
Mm. Could I take that further and say, and before receiving is transmitting? or are they both hand in hand?
Yeah, I'm sensing that this is a life energy. It's a life energy cycle.
So we can transmit into that reception.
Yeah, and in our physical reality, the sun is the center of all that. So everything on the planet receives its energy from the sun.
Mm. And where does the sun receive its energy from?
The word of creation, let there be light.
I'm getting God's heart, source's heart. The sun's creator of all life and nourishes all. So it's coming from God's heart because it's nourishing all, giving life.
Well, it's like that
Yes.
video, innit, Alison, about that transcendence where you're going into that place of everything and nothing. That's the source, innit? So, unified field.
Yeah,
And the Hindus talk about God breathing the universe out.
yes.
The image.
That's what Isla said. She's not
Yeah.
breathing out fire, she's breathing out the future.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we don't see breath as part of the sun. But that's basically what's happening. It's part of photosynthesis. It creates oxygen to breathe. So there's a spirit element of creation. That is the breath of creation.
But in the Matrix, he says, "Do you think that's air you're breathing?"
Yeah.
So in the illusory world, yeah. In the dream world, because this is a dream world. It's a collective dream world. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Good morning, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki.
Welcome. So my structure for today where am I? What's in the present is neutral. And how do I want it to be? Heard. Want to be heard. Want to be heard. Ian, I honor your structure. The feeling, we can only feel right now. We can't feel the future. Our body just feels right now. And as you looked at inner success, what's success for me? It lays a carpet, a path, a tension.
I feel like I'm changing structure. I feel like the majority of my life I've seen myself reside over people. But now it's like, well, people's eyes are closed and I'm seeing myself from my own eyes, and it's like, oh, I don't really give a shit, what you think. It's just I can feel it changing, like the inner eyes are being turned back on instead of the outer eyes, if that makes sense. Like I'm seeing myself through my own eyes. I can feel it, the structure changing. Yeah.
So what is it that wants to be heard?
Okay, I didn't hear you.
Was that to Jess, Craig?
That's just a question.
I didn't hear the question, sorry.
What is it that wants to be heard?
My soul. That's what's coming up very away, my soul. My inner soul, my inner voice. My voice, not other people's voices. My own heart's voice, my own soul's voice. I want to hear myself.
Unfiltered, without previous patterns and programs, just a clear channel to your divine inner seat of the soul.
Essence, maybe?
Essence. Align and attune with my inner essence.
And we are the essence of beauty.
The essence is beauty. Is it also harmony? Harmony is always there. Everything comes from harmony, even the disharmony.
Yeah, magnificence.
So what wants to be heard is new realities realized.
So the encouragement is to listen for what wants to be heard, moment to moment.
Give yourself full permission to relax deeper into it.
And to receive it. Right?
Appreciation.
Listen for newness of life.
When you said that, I felt like a different kind of feeling in quite a specific area of my heart.
Mm.
So I'm just going to go into that feeling more. Invite you to join me in put some attention into your heart area. You can imagine we're all holding hands if you want, and that energy is just passing through us and getting stronger and more intense, but in a relaxed, most perfect way for you. You can see us all holding hands now. Fires pop to mind. I think we're around the campfire. Oh, what's that I can hear? Is that the dragons? I think we've got a mission to go on, guys.
Take us out, Canto.
Oh, yeah. Should we take a board? I think the dragons want to take us somewhere. Wow, I'm aboard. Hi, Kanto. They're really excited. They're letting out some high level pitches, screeches. Luckily, a lot of it's out of our audible range, but they're very happy. Just seeing our hearts expanding and growing as we're tuning into our dragon's hearts, delving into our inner child innocence as we fly off in our own directions all around the world, spreading and giving the love, amplifying the energy coming from the sun and re-energizing it, sending out the love to those who really, really need it, want it and choose it. Does anybody want to take over?
I just allow permission for reality that wants to be realized. Reality to be listened
as we fly higher and higher, we can hear ourselves more and more. It gets quieter, but it also gets clearer. We have more courage to face and go deeper and dive deeper within ourselves. I'm just seeing the world now, seeing us all flying in alignment like jets. And together, we're projecting a glowing white light of pure love, your compassion and authenticity and bliss, and seeing it grow within ourselves. It's expanding like that volcano Ian was talking about. And then the volcano's going to erupt, and then loads of those eggs are going to fly out. They're going to spread them around everywhere. Volcano's going to erupt. 9, 8, 7. Relax, enjoy. 5, 4. Whatever you're seeing, please share.
I'm getting the word sanskaras, and I'm getting the dragons can help us release some sanskaras we might have.
Thank you, thank you.
Heart it's when you get hit, we create a sanskara in our heart.
Maybe that's what's in the eggs. Maybe that's what's in the eggs that was going to get sprayed to the earth and they're going to hatch. Thank you, Ian. The volcano's about to erupt. 1. Just enjoy the journey. What can you see? What can you hear? Can you feel?
Releasing to the realization, to reality. The flow, the pull, the opening, riding the lava. From where we are to where we want to be. To that realization, the imagination of where it is. The imagination of the soul's goal. The inner success, the plan, devised, delivered. The realization of what's possible.
What possibilities does this open up now?
I'm getting like the volcano erupting and then lava coming out and it's like covering us all. Well, it's like liquid gold and it's going into our hearts and it's like deleting all the sanskaras and like the heart's opening more. And it's like open, open, open. And this liquid gold is just going all through the chambers of my heart. And the sanskaras are bursting. And it's like shine, shine, open your heart. It's safe. Let go of past pain. It's gone.
Thank you, Ian. I love it.
I saw rainbow dragons flying by. Yeah.
Beautiful. Have they got all to say, Nicky? I'm getting a thank you. I think the dragons are buzzing to be invited into this space. I mean, they were there all along, but now they're being recognized, acknowledged. Do you know? Like some of the steps and honored and embraced. So we don't have to just do it with bullshit in our life. We can do it with the good shit in our life as well.
They've always been there, but now we're actually asking for help. So they're like, yes.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Been heard. Need help plan. And help
And I really
see.
feel like, sorry, Jess, what?
And help see. So what do you desire to be heard? Just ask, wonder, see.
Major
what could-
Tom to ground control.
And what could that look like? How would you know you had it?
the heart's voice will become louder than the mind's voice.
Ooh,
That's how I'll know.
ooh. That's when the magic happens. When the white ball of positive energy is bigger than the negative ball of dark energy. That's when the magic starts occurring, and that's what came to me then when the head was like, in relation to the head, like negative patterns and programs. I've lost myself. I love you.
You'll know
That's
what-
it. That's it. So the negative, the black ball, yeah, from the head, and that's in the patterns, the programs, and then the big white ball, that's the heart opening up, is expansiveness, and that's it. And that's how you said you'll know when that's bigger than that. Wow, beautiful.
I'm getting the reptilian side of the brain will just dissolve and the heart will become. Yeah.
Well, that's a funny
Yes.
thing you say, because that's the most ancient part of our brain, yeah, 200,000 years old, but are complex. And this is where we are pushed into in the fight or flight, into that controlling mode. And that's where we're encouraged to be in that reactive nature, that reptilian nature. And the world's encouraged to be in that part of the brain, but just expanding beyond that, moving beyond that. But that's what all this fear and survival does. It triggers us into that reptilian survival mode, which is one element, but we can embrace that, and use it to our benefit.
Because if we're in our reptilian brain, we're easy to control. If we're in a heart, we're not.
Yeah. Well, the reptilian brain kind of, because it's cold-blooded, I think that's like the energy that shuts and deactivates the heart from being part of the equation. And that's what's kind of happened. We're in his head, we're in his gut, but the heart's been turned off. And that's why, things are as they are. But then just by literally reactivating the heart, going into the heart space, each and every one of us, together, collectively, bringing that shift.
I can feel it like the last week I've been coming on these calls every day, and I can feel my heart opening more just by coming on these calls. So thank you all. It's who you surround yourself with, because I'm feeling it more. Just by coming on these calls.
Yes, brother, that's it, mate.
Oh,
And it's Nikki as well. Like, Nikki's been a beautiful mirror for me because she's so authentic and she just doesn't give a shit. And
Yeah.
wow, she just says what she wants to say. She doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks. It's just been a beautiful mirror for me to be like, just say what I want and don't give a shit.
That's it, mate. This is it.
but that's what it is, Ian. That
The
is
authenticity.
actually, yeah. And what needs to be heard here in that silence of being heard, because already that whatever pain that you have experienced has gave you the birth to really let go of. And letting go is the hardest thing, of letting go of what is old and embracing the new, and seeing yourself and defining yourself is beautiful, because with your heart, you are God, you are sovereign, and you are free. You're safe. And nobody will be able to move that. So that you can really know that with that breath that you take and that consistency of embodying that, not allowing any eternally outside influence noises, but going true to your heart, because your heart's going to tell you. Yeah, it's going to tell you everything that you want to know. And your healing will come from your heart too. Because you are your own healer. Yeah. So this is a real new birth for you. It's a birth for all of us, actually. And that's what's so beautiful, because you are mirroring me. I'm mirroring you. We are mirroring each other's gods in ourselves that we can draw and bring out what is really true. What is your true purpose of your true soul, of why you said, why you here?
Yeah, the one I've been working on the most has been a predominant creative force, and I feel like you, Nikki, really mirror that to me. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. And likewise, because
Just
I've been
don't give a
listening.
shit.
Yeah. And it's not so much giving not the shit, you know, it's that allowing ourselves to give the permission to let God be God. That's all.
And it's the authenticity I hear in your voice. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you.
Conviction. Deep inner knowing. Yeah, we're growing and we're sowing.
I think it's because of presence. Because just like Jesse says, we don't know the future. We only know this feeling. And when you told me in and you told us that you're allowing yourself to feel, that feeling is where the power is. Because you cannot heal if you do not feel. And when you exchange that for the love, that's who you truly are, that's your true nature, is love. And you pour that in to every cell in your body. And you vibrate on that. You will only extract and you only will bring in healing. People that you choosing will choose you because you're choosing yourself. You're loving yourself. You're forgiving yourself. You're becoming who you want to become, not what others say you have to be or what you have to do. And that's your beauty, because you are beautiful. And you are ready to receive now that you've gone through enough pain. It's time to receive from your heart, knowing that you are God, you are sovereign, you are free.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time.
It's time to allow all of cosmic capital C consciousness to be sovereign.
Yeah.
To be sovereign everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially inside me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carpe diem, seize the day. The time is now.
Allow consciousness to rule. To guide. To motivate. To enliven. Inspire. Yeah. Yeah.
Rejuvenate.
Yeah.
Remember.
Yeah.
I feel like being on these calls, you all speak from the heart, so it's allowing me to do the same.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And you allow us to be ourselves too. That's what's so beautiful about it. It's an organic thing. You're not even trying. And that's the beauty of your essence. That's your strength in showing up, in being who you are. Because that is actually bringing myself to know that I can be myself. And you're witnessing it and you're not even knowing it because you're not doing anything, because that's just who you are. That's the heart. You can only receive that from the heart. You cannot see it from the head.
Mm.
Ian, do you know what I'm getting flashbacks of? First time I think officially met Ian, we've just been to like this evening event, like meditations, and I did a bit of Wim Hofing, and at the end I did some music, and I was rapping. And remember, Ian, I came over to you, didn't I, bro? I was basically rapping right in your face, what I
Yeah. He's from Kevin's event, wasn't it? Okay, I remember.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And like, look where you are now.
And you kept looking at my heart, and I was thinking, why does he keep looking at my heart? I remember that.
Mhm.
Wow. I'm getting chills, bro. Getting chills from my body right now. Like a
Yeah, I
wave.
just remember you laughing and you were looking at me, but I noticed you were looking at my chest, and I was thinking, why is he looking at my heart?
Mm.
And
Mm.
I was in channel. I'm in channel mode when I'm doing my music, you know. So like, I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just kind of just, you know, just in the
What?
zone. But I just felt pulled over to you, mate. I came over to you, didn't I? And I was like rapping in your face, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful, man, to like see that's where it like started with me and you, and like look where we are now.
Then the first time I met you, Joe, was the confidence. I was like, wow, he's just, you know.
And that's what's so beautiful, how you got connected, because you actually saw your confidence in yourself through him, and that's what brought you to him, because that is what you actually that's actually what you are, but you just don't expressing it, and that's what it's attractive. That's what becomes attractive when you see something that you feel that you would like, yeah, and you go towards that, you then become that. And that's what Joe's just explaining. He's just explained that in the sense of what you saw unconsciously, knowing what Christ consciously knew what you wanted, because it was just something that you draw to, and he drew to you. That's divine. That's not explainable. You can't explain that. It resonates. It's just what it is. And then the journey of coming through that in where you are now. Can you see how beautiful and confident, how beautiful you can bring out your truth?
Wow, yeah.
Isn't it beautiful that what you saw in Joe at that time, that's who you are now?
Exactly, brother.
Can you see that? And this is the acknowledgement of how powerful you actually are, Ian. How powerful and confident and sovereign
Yo, my hairs are on end.
and compassion and so much resilience and so much persistence of strength that comes out of you, that when you speak, it just melts me. When I heard your voice today, it melts me. It melts me because it's just allowing me to also be me. And it's just a beautiful reflection of what God is showing each and every one of us. If we look within and say, my God, thank you. Thank you that I lack nothing. I lack nothing. I am what I'm choosing, and they are choosing me. You're chosen for this time, for this understanding, for this knowing. And this is the time to really to just keep on. There's nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to say anymore. There's nothing to prove anymore. This is now you being you. And we get to celebrate that. And Joe is just giving you a beautiful example of this witnessing of your growth and how you are this humongous, just incredible
magnificent,
amazing, magnificent. And these are not
terrifically
just
beautiful.
words, terrifically beautiful. And it's just amazing. So allow that just to sit in your heart. Yeah. And let's just really take
Should we
that
sit in
breathe.
that? Should we
Just
sit in that together
take
for a
the
moment?
just take the breath and just allow that breath to know that you are life, Ian. You are life. A life of abundance. And we celebrate you.
That really resonates because lately I've been feeling that there's nothing to prove, just be myself.
Yeah. Thank you.
So thank
That
you.
is the most bravest and the most bravest thing you can do. Because you become you now. And it doesn't matter if others, it doesn't matter what the world says anymore. You have defined yourself as your God, sovereign, and you're free.
And then taking on that framework and thinking and beliefs and attitude and understandings like forward with you, because like these are new realizations. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
we've
all.
only
That's
had-
all on this. I have to stop. No, that's just because you're trying to figure it out. I'm talking now that he knows what he needs to know, not by what he thinks. What he knows, what he's feeling. He's feeling. He wants to feel it.
yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
get through this. It's very important that I bring this across.
Yeah, no, the
That it's
feeling
the
is
fit. Can I just allow this to come in a way that I would like to express it? Because I feel in my heart this is what I'm choosing now, okay? And it's really important. So
okay.
I hear that, what you're saying, but can I just bring this and
Please,
drop
please,
it
please.
now into his heart? Because right now it's a lot of distractions and noises right now. And I've just got to get into that moment of just hearing what I need to know and express it, okay? So I want this to be known that what Ian was expressing from the beginning was he wants to feel. He expressed the feeling of knowing that he can express the pain in his body. It does not fear him. It doesn't make him feel that he cannot. It's the allowing of allowing. And to allow that is to have this now moment right here, right now on this call for him you to know that the feeling, it's not going to come through all the other things. It's going to come through your feelings. What you feel, I want you to feel this. Feel it right now. If it's closing your eyes or opening your eyes or taking your deep breath or feeling that light, that golden light that is right above your head right now, 3 centimeters above you. The chakras are now wide open because your heart is being received and it wants to be heard. This is the intention of this call, is we want to be heard. And now it's right above you. And I want you to visualize that. I want you to know and feel that. Right above your head, 3 centimeters above your head. That light, that golden light. Your North Star is coming. And it's safe. It's safe to open up that portal now. It's open. Open up the crown chakra. Right now, allow it to just open up. Receive this right now. Nothing for you to do. Just open it up. Allow this golden, warm, inviting, powerful light in you. Just allow it to just be there. And it's going to start spinning now. Very gently. Right through. Opening up your mind's eye. Allowing you to see things now in your mind's eye. Just allow that to breathe. You need to breathe through. Just allow that breath to take you right into your throat and opening it up. Just opening it up. Going down into your heart. And let it sit right in the center of your heart. That golden, beautiful, wow. Stop. Just pull up the whole. Because this is who you are. As it goes further down into the solar plexus, feeling that power, feeling that the healing of Seiko, all that is that comes to power.
Yep.
Right down, right down. Healing, just healing all and everything. Feel that healing right through, rising above, and allowing it to come up right through between your limbs, right up, right up, right up. You just put your hand on your heart right now and say, I've heard you. You've been heard. This is your healing. I love you. Allow yourself to feel that. The God in you that is soft. And remember, I love you.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you. No words. It was just beautiful. Thank you.
You.
Mm.
That's you. That's you, yeah. Yeah.
I'm
And that's what
noticing
you
like a silence, but like a very subtle kind of ringing in both ears. And that's one thing I noticed about the call the other day when I was walking to town. Everything sounded like really, really loud.
You're becoming sensitive. It's a little sensitive. It's okay. It's okay to be sensitive.
That's a recalibration too, Joe.
Mm.
It'll
Yeah,
show up
which one
both in
felt
your
like-
physical senses, but also your multi-dimensional one. All that's being rebalanced and retuned.
Mm,
You know, how you perceive things, how you sense, how you sense what you see, what you hear, all that stuff.
I just feel floaty, like I'm half in my body, half out.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
we've all gone to a different
Mm.
plane, and we're half here, half in a different
Mm.
dimension.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah, it's allowing the ego and the God in you to work it through. You know what I mean? It's a constant, like what you said yesterday. You're either in the egoic agenda or you're in the creative agenda. I mean, this is just a real realization of constantly through the day, we're going through the ego or we're going through the creative, and you do it in your behavior. So we are reaction Are we getting sort of impatient with someone? Or what all these side effects of how we behave and interact is all reprogramming how we should treat each other, right? And how to treat each other with respectfully, loving, and forgiving. It's very easy saying this, but I'm saying it because this is what has to be, because this is what we all were trying to get through in our own egoic way, because we don't want to be vulnerable. The vulnerability is actually the strength of God that brings out forth and allows the weakness, allows all the things that you feel that is resistance comes into a big bubble, and you say, can you see that? Where is that? Oh, I see that. It's very like in my head. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to go straight into our heart and say, what should I know about this? And how should I let this go? How should I forgive this? How should I listen to somebody? How should I not interrupt somebody? How I should talk to certain people in a certain way because they only know how to see what they need to see. And I don't want to overwhelm them, because a lot of times people don't know how to deal with your energy. It's not to say that you have to be anything that you're not. But you got to allow yourself to know that as long as we live in this world, we're all different, huh? And so if we want to interact and we want to make an influence, we got to stay true to ourselves. So if somebody you know that is quiet, we don't come and start screaming at them, because they can't deal with that. They have to come quiet. You have to come quiet. If somebody's really like vibrant and vibing, you go, yeah, yeah. I can also go, yeah, because then they don't take insult. They don't get uncomfortable, because that is who you are. But it's all coming into reprogramming your truths. So yeah, when it's something that
Nikki?
you know that somebody's not, yeah,
yeah, it's that. But I was talking about something that's kind of beyond that.
Yeah, I just felt just to channel that, because
there's
I thought that was
yeah.
something to say.
When we're making the transition, which is what you're talking about, when we're making the transition,
yeah.
it seems like there's this interaction happening between our egoic self
Yeah.
and our true self, and that is true. But what I was talking about was recalibrating. And what that means is it's a realization that we live both on this side and the other side at the same time.
Yeah, correct.
Like there's a part of us that's in heaven and a part of us that's on earth.
Yeah.
And that's happening concurrently. And
I
so
totally agree with you.
Yeah. And
yeah.
so as we become more aware of how attached we are to heaven right now in our life today, then we can kind of learn to balance the two and integrate them.
Yeah, I hear that. But basically what we're also trying to do is coming back to ourselves. And that's our God. We're coming back to God. We're coming back to self. And that is God. And that's the only way to express it is through the God. Yeah, but this is where we're making the change. This is the change. Not everybody's here on earth is going to wake up on that. But this is where it doesn't take how many wake ups. It takes you to wake up. It takes you to wake up. So when we wake up with knowing that what you can feel in your heart, this is where things start changing for you, because things do change when you change. And that's the pattern. We always want others to change, or thinking that others must agree with us, because we're so scared. We're so scared. We're scared. We're scared of the kids running around trying to prove and have acceptance by others. Because if we speak now, we're going to offend somebody, and then we're going to be whatever, in the sense of left behind. But no, this is nothing's left behind anymore. This takes bravery. It takes courage. We're talking about bravery, courage. Joe was speaking that in his confession. Well, this is what it is. This is when you take away the noise, and that's what I was trying to explain about the noise. It's all internal. We get to decide what we're going to choose now internally, not externally. It's not having everyone to agree with you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But you still got to stand in knowing that what do I need to know that I can be the light, that I'm not coming across aggressively or like overpowering, that somebody must understand me, because we're all in different levels of reality here. We're all in one, but we all live in different realities. So that's where you can't tell somebody, oh, they've got to believe that, they've got to do that, because they're not living that. So we've got to live that. We've got to live it out. And living it out is coming true to yourself, your true nature of who you are, and that is feeding your heart. That's what it is. And what we express now is, I think, it's a great example in this session. That's what I'm saying. Got to express it. You got to let it be. You got to let Christ consciousness come across, not allowing you to be figuring things out, because that's what we're doing constantly, figuring what this person thinks of me. My God, it's crazy what we're going through every single day, what we're processing, what people thinking, what this likes me and what they think. It's just a constant, what the government, everything, it's just bombarded. So yeah, I'm not surprised that we're having a struggle. And we just got to remember, that's the only thing. We've got to remember, go back to where we know and what we know, and not to be afraid of what we know. Because we're not, if we come to the place that we're choosing ourselves, whatever leaves has to leave then. You can't force people what they need to believe or what they need to know. But it's the grace when somebody comes and you can have the compassion and the space to allow them to speak and express and be heard, because this is the message of being heard. So when we get to listen and hear somebody, that's the change. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, I know. And it's a lot coming from a woman too, because that's not very comfortable for masculine. It's not easy for masculine to hear feminine talk, but it's going to have to come, because
I don't
this
know
is not
about
going
that.
to
I don't know about that.
it's not going to shut. It's not going to shut. I can feel the energy already. It's not perceived. I feel
No,
it.
no, it's not
You
that.
don't-
Of course, it's
No,
received. It's always received. It's received
Sure.
with love.
Okay.
It's just
Okay,
going
Joe.
back into. It's noticing
Okay.
when, because this is a
Okay.
pattern I've got too. Yeah, where it's like I start in my heart, end up in my head, and it's like
No, there's no in the
I
head.
can tell.
There's no head, yeah. I also can tell by feeling, and that's what my expression is. This is nothing personal. This is my journey. This is my expression. If I come on a session and I'm where I am, then I can hopefully have the space that people can indulge that. In fact, indulge it. Like, you don't have to accept it, but just
Yeah, well,
indulge
that's
me.
it. It's our choice what we indulge in.
Allow me just to speak it, because I just want to speak it. I'm not saying that this or that. This is my letting go of my fear of masculine. It's my fear. It's not your fear. This is my fear that I'm expressing. So when I express it, and I'm expressing it to Craig, because Craig, I know, is not just somebody that I just walk by. I have a heart connection. So when I'm expressing, I know that what he's allowing or not allowing, I can still sit with it knowing that I have expressed it. And as I express it, there will be a time where it will come back to me, because my journey is healing my feminine energy here. That's to the collective of all feminists that we can heal. We need to heal, because we've been all wounded, not just we're all been wounded, yeah? So this is just my fear of letting go of something that I can not acknowledge, but my unconscious can let go of too. Because I am masculine and feminine, I am. It's not that. But it's that letting go of that wound. Because once you can let go of the wound, you can heal. If you cannot acknowledge the wound, then I can't heal it. I've acknowledged my wound. This is a wound that I've just expressed. And if you heard it, you would have understood it. But you took offense to it and you thought, no, I'm not, it's me.
Excuse me, Nikki.
No, no.
I think you've got
No,
the
you
wrong
took
interpretation
offense.
going on here. And maybe
No.
this is a projected view going on.
Okay.
Because this is
Whatever,
you mainly
okay.
talking here. I'm just putting in my
No,
2
you-
cents here and there.
No, I'm just, okay, I hear that. Okay.
I love you,
cool.
Nikki. I love you. That's the main thing, all right? It's all love, all
This
right?
No, this is on another level of dimension. So I went a little too high. So I understand where I am
No,
now.
no. There is no
No,
too
no,
high,
no.
too low. I mean, it's just you
No,
and it's
no,
beautiful.
I have.
mean, you
I
do you.
have. I didn't say
No, no,
to
you
I said
haven't.
I. No, I
Hello,
have.
Pascal. Welcome into the
Okay,
house.
okay.
Hello,
All
hello.
right.
Oh, I'm
All
a
right.
high too.
How does one do?
Good morning.
Good morning.
And then Pascal.
How we doing?
Doing great. I'm doing great.
Flying high, baby, flying high.
Hmm.
Flying high?
Yeah, we've just been on a little
yeah.
dragon excursion, you know, we're just flying high now, just having a little discussion in the clouds.
We missed you. We missed you on that, Pascal. You should have taken us through a little journey on our dragons.
Could use a little ricochet this morning.
Yeah, I guess that's.
I can just say now, like when Nikki was talking, it's actually the first time I've actually listened, and it felt really nice just to listen. So thank you for
Yes.
giving me that opportunity to listen. I actually heard it. So
I know you
thank
did. Yeah, I know you did.
So thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, you know that just like we exercise meditation, just like we exercise to hear our voice, just exercise in what we wear and what we are and this and that. It was just what I was experiencing now. But I also know it's just a matter of what I know. So for what it's worth, thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, man. I love listening to you too.
Well, I like to listen to myself. So I think the next time before we get on this call, I'll listen to myself first.
Listening from the heart.
Yeah.
Something I'm learning.
Yeah. It's a fun process, isn't it? Yeah, it's a fun process.
Beautiful.
You go on a journey, you know. There's nothing better. Truly nothing better. You become the lover of your own soul. The lover of your own soul.
We have some dogs excited this morning.
Yeah. Dogs never lie. They've got good energy. They know. They've got no filters.
No filters. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
They live in the present moment. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the dogs also come when they know that you need healing, when you need comforting. They know how to come to you and cuddle up to you, or just show up, you know, and just be there for you. And nothing to say. They don't need a bone. They don't need a treat. They just need you. Isn't that just magnificent?
That's like a metaphor of your own heart.
Yes.
What's coming to me as well is like that question where our brains can influence other people's thoughts, so be that with a dog or a cat or any animal.
But
When
that's
they're
when we
tram-
don't know who we are. When that happens, when somebody can influence you by
No, it's just a standard thing that's constantly always going on. Yeah, and if
what
yours
is
is
that?
obviously
What is
stronger,
that?
but if
What
you're
is
feeling
that?
like you say low, and then your dog comes over and it's in the now and it's transmitting that nowness, then that's going to influence you. Like, we can get good influences and bad influences in us thoughts. That's why it's what circle are we in.
Yeah.
It's not just the bad thing when people are influenced. Like, yeah, we're seeing it as like, yeah, when people are being
It's the same with
whatever.
energy. Yeah,
But
it's the
then with
same with picking up the energy,
yeah.
right?
would that
It's the
be
same as picking up.
telepathy?
What's
Sorry,
that?
what, Ian?
Would that be like telepathy when you said about a dog?
Well, one of the questions is like, our brains, do we get affected by other people's thoughts and thinking? And yeah, it can. Other brains transmit and can affect our thoughts. But then it's like, are we allowing them thoughts to be tuned in? I mean, say it's a negative thought, are we choosing to go into that and allowing outside influences to affect the way what we're putting our attention on? But then on the flip side, it could be good vibes and good things. So then it's going to, and especially if we're feeling low, then that influence is going to have a positive impact to remind us to come into the presence, into the now. So yeah. But that's it. I'm just thinking, like, if that brain's the most powerful transmitter, or the heart, whatever, in transmitting it, then the dogs and the animals will be having that effect on us too. Maybe.
Yeah, it's like my friend. She knows what animals are thinking, and she knows when they're sad. She can just feel them, and it's like she's an animal communicator. I think she is. Like, she can just, she knows what's wrong with them straight away. So it's like
Yeah, but
telepathy between animals.
the dogs actually feel. That's why they come to you. That's why they'll come to you, because they'll know. The dogs sense that. They know energy. They feel it. They know it. There was a cancer patient that I was dealing with. The dog knew that it had to come to her and sit with her and let her tap and play, and he comforted her. He knew that she needed him. So that's the same with energy. That's the energy. Where it goes, there you go. Where it flows, there you are. So that's the same with energy. You can feel energy. Energy is meant to be felt. And that's what's the empath. They get very overwhelmed because they take on too much. But then when you put yourself in a bubble and you're protected, the other energies that do come, you don't have to take it all over. You can just allow that energy to be itself, allow it to just express itself however it wants. And even if it's uncomfortable for you, you can go within your heart and say, what is uncomfortable here for me receiving this? And then you'll be able to be yourself, and then the other person will be themselves.
And that's a
We're all
beautiful thing.
going back to God. We're all just trying to go back to God, the source of who you are. Because once that, nothing can take it. Nothing can take it. Nothing can take you over. No influence, no persuasion even. You're solid. You're completely free.
And that's
That's
like
all
when
that's happening.
That's like when you said, Ian, how will you know the difference? Because my heart will be bigger. My heart energy will be bigger and stronger, more
Yeah.
than my head.
Yeah.
The light bulb energy will be
and that's
bigger than
also
the
something that you mentioned early this morning about that you wanted to get out of your head and go into your heart. Yeah.
I know the difference now, because when I'm in my heart, I feel so much compassion, so much love. And then
Yeah.
when I'm in my head, I compare. You can feel the difference. You just, when you're in your heart, it's nothing but love and compassion and
Yeah.
happiness for everyone's success. When you're in your head, you compare
Wow.
yourself. You're
Wow.
like, oh,
That
they've got this,
energy.
I
Yeah.
haven't. You can just feel the
Wow.
difference.
Wow, Ian, can you? Wow, Ian, that's amazing. That's the energy I'm around. That's the energy I'm around. I'm not around anything else than that.
That's a big thing, though. What you just said, happy for other people's success, because it's easy for us to, like, you know, be resentful or whatever of, especially when we're in his head. But literally being happy and congratulating and, you know, being really, really happy for someone else's success, that opens up like channels of, you know, energy, you know, that are just
Well,
like boom.
when we mentioned about success, the truth of success is to be loved and love. That's true success. Because from there, you can only build anything you want. Because my success and your success will maybe be different, but love and to be loved, that's all that one needs. That's real success. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have, if you're not loved and you cannot love, you're nothing. You're nothing. No matter how much money you have, no matter how many material things you feel or how you look or what you, it doesn't mean nothing. It means nothing. You're just a noise. You're just a bang noise that's going around. Look at me and what I've done. Because when you get to success as a material, you got to know who you are and stay there, neutral. But not everybody does that because they have a superior. They go into their head, they go into the ego, and then they want to express themselves
think
differently.
For me, personally, for me in the past, it's
Mm.
like, it's not that I've got resentment towards other people and I haven't been happy for their success. It's like, say, for example, I wanted to go to this big retreat, but I don't feel well enough to go, like health-wise, and then I've seen other people go in with the health. I felt a bit, not that I'm not happy for them, but sadness for myself because I want to do that. But now I don't feel that. I just feel in my heart and I just feel compassion for myself and happy
Yeah,
for them. I don't feel that
that's right.
sadness anymore. It's
Yeah,
not that I felt resentment towards the other person. I just felt sadness
Yeah.
for myself. If that makes sense.
Of course it does, isn't it? Wow. And that's why your healing, yeah, your healing's here. You're healing right now. You're healed. It's amazing. That's what happens, you know. It's mirroring what you want. It's mirroring God yourself in you. Again, sovereign, you're free. This is your healing. All of these things that we've been told, it's all like, it's not real. It's not real. What's happening right now is real. Right now in your heart is real. That's all that matters right now. And when you can reflect that, you are reflecting that reality, and that reality is going to reflect it back to you. That's the power of love.
Yeah, I felt the
That's the
shift.
power. Absolute. Absolute.
The power of love. Guys, I love you, yeah? I'm gonna get off now. I love you, all right?
Bye,
You
Joe. Thank you. Thank you, Love
bless super
Revolution.
duper day. Bless super duper day. I love you, all right? And
Yeah.
yeah, man. No, I love these conversations, yeah. And Nikki, man, it's beautiful. We can talk like this, you know, and it's all love, man. It's all love, all right?
Of course it is.
I love you. All right, guys.
I have
Big
a
love.
question.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Much love, Joe.
Peace.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's a very beautiful place. It's a very beautiful place. Finally, it's a beautiful place.
I just felt the shift, like I said before, say if I would see someone like going like on a 10-day retreat that I want to go on, but then I feel too tired to go, or health-wise I don't feel well enough to go, I would feel sadness. No, I'd feel
Mm.
happiness for the person, but I'd feel sadness for myself. But now that's
Yeah,
gone, it's like I just feel compassion and I'm so happy for
yeah,
them. It's massively,
yeah, yeah.
it's beautiful.
It's
They feel-
it's it's literally reflecting who you are. It's really reflecting, you know. And even whatever you're missing, know that everything's divinely coming in the perfect way, in the perfect order for you. It's just coming. And when you project that, as you love others and be happy for others, this is a beautiful gift because it's the reflection of God. This is what we were meant to be, you know, loving, you know, living in our hearts. This is actually what we were supposed to be. Yeah, this is what we were supposed to be, to know this love. It's this love, this unconditional love that you have for yourself and what you can give to others, that others can receive that love, and it's pure because they can sense it, they can feel it in their bodies. And when that happens, the connection of divine, the God in me shines in you, and you then back and forth. And that's when we have this divine, open, basically just open to whatever comes. And we get to experience it because this is what we came here for, is for the experience.
The more
And
love and
understand.
compassion you have for yourself, the more you'll have for another.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And
that's
and
what
that
I'm discovering.
I'm telling you, and I feel that because you've just reminded me again to not be scared of how to feel. Because a lot of people don't go through, you know, in life, don't know how to feel. They don't know. They're absolutely blinded. And it's a real, yeah, it's a real emotional roller coaster to go down deep and to feel again. It is. But man, as we go through that uncertainty of feeling, it's okay to be this because I know I'm safe. I'm just safe to go through this, you know. It's just safe. And that
Yeah,
brings everything open. It just opens up everything for you, you know.
I've
Yeah,
just
it just
allowed myself
opens.
to like allow myself to feel the sadness, just to not make it
Yeah.
wrong. It's not wrong to feel sad.
No,
If I
yeah,
feel sad,
just
that's okay.
it's
And then
okay.
the
Yeah.
sadness now, the sadness
Yeah.
because I've allowed it, has turned into compassion for myself. It's shifted because I've
Yeah.
allowed it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I've not made it
Yeah.
wrong or I've not made it right. It's like I'm feeling
Oh, thank you.
sad.
Yeah,
Allow
thank
myself
you.
to feel. I'm feeling sad that somebody else is doing what I want to do, for example, and I've just felt it,
Yeah.
and I've allowed it, not made it right or wrong, and the sadness has just turned into self-compassion. And because I'm feeling
Yeah.
more self-compassion for myself, I'm feeling more
Yeah.
love for others because I'm feeling it for
Yeah.
myself. Yeah,
Oh, it's just beautiful. You see, it's how like it just full. It just comes
Morning.
back like a boomerang. It just comes back, you know. I just love it, like boomerang, you know, it just comes back.
Mm.
You take it, you throw it out and it comes back. You throw it out, it comes back. You throw it out and it comes back. And what's beautiful is that you keep throwing it out and you keep throwing it out. And yeah, it just comes back. And that's the real essence of finding your truth in what makes you happy or successful, or in this, you know, understanding of why you're here. And it's when your heart's full. And it's like when somebody's sad, you can be sad with them, you know. When they're happy, you can be happy with them. When they're celebrating their success, you can celebrate their success. And when they're going through a very hard time, you can have, you know, a heart out and say, I feel that, you know. And
I
that's
feel
it.
like I'm learning the power of the heart.
Oh, I'm going to go on that with you.
Mm.
I'm going to learn that too. I'm learning that too.
Well,
I'm
that's
learning
what I'm
that
learning
too.
at the minute. The power
I'm
of the
learning
heart.
that. I'm learning that. I'm so happy you voiced this out. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning too. Yeah, I'm learning that
And it's
too.
just
And I'm loving it.
beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
beautiful. And I'm loving it.
Mm.
Yeah, I really am
Life just
loving it
becomes
because,
magical when you're living in the
yeah,
heart. Even if
yes,
if you're in bed not feeling too well, when you're in the heart, it's still magical. It's
yes,
like, oh, it's still magical. It's still a beautiful experience. You know?
yeah, 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 yeah. And it's just like, that's where you know, not being the problem child, for example. That's just coming out, you know. these unconscious patterns that we have, and unconsciously don't even know it. And having to say, it's okay, you know, I'm not the problem child. I was defined like this, I was defined like that, but now I can define myself because I'm in my truth. I'm in my truth. And having to search and go through life and knowing that I can and I am loved. This is the power of where I'm choosing me, my God in me, my savior, my sovereign, my safety. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. So I'm so happy
Like
for you to say that. You've set me free, Ian. You've
even
set
washing the
me
dishes has become
free.
magical. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
like
even washing
right
the dishes has
now.
become magical. Everything's
Yeah.
become magical.
So, Nikki, you've asked for Joe to allow you room. And just I'd like Ian to have the same
Yeah.
type of space. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh no, she's just expressing her heart. It's beautiful. She's expressing
Yeah, I
excitement.
know. I know it's a fine balance. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying about the power of the heart. Like, I'm really coming into my heart. Like, even washing the dishes has become magical. Like, washing the dishes, watching a soap on a sponge, meditating, washing the dishes has become meditation because it's just like actually observing the soap on the dishes, observing the water. Like, even if I'm in the shower now, I'm feeling the water hitting my skin and I'm actually feeling, yeah, just feeling the power of the heart. I'm really embodying. And it's just beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you both. Let's just find a word. Let's in silence for a moment. Maybe Pascal's got a word for the day.
Yeah, balance comes to mind.
My word for the day is free. Free.
And I'm just reflecting on what does it mean to be heard? Hmm. Balancing freedom and passion, balancing passions, freedoms, hearts, the mind, space, balancing space. Balancing passion and resistance, mine, yours, theirs.
Yeah, what I heard, like when Nikki was talking about allowing to feel or feeling, what comes to mind, it was like an image of like, I don't know, like if you've done that, but like you're trying to sink in like an air balloon under the water. And then you're trying to hold it there. But like every time you try to sink it in, you know, like further down and down and down, when you release it, like even more powerful, right? And when it comes out, like it might really feel uncomfortable. Instead, then just allow it to come up. You know, and we all do that. Like we sink in, and I was the first one to avoid my feeling, right? Like I said, like I had like such a big toolbox to suppress them, right? I go in cold shower, right? Whatever, like anything, right? Like I'll do something fun, like I'll watch like a comedy or anything like that. So I distract myself so I don't have to feel. But what I've done is like pushing that balloon like further down the water. And yeah, like when I release it, like, yeah, it feels really uncomfortable and I want to push it back down, you know? But I know if I would just allow, and now I'm kind of the point that like, I just allow, like, yeah, sometimes I feel sad, sometimes I feel angry, sometimes, you know, it's not all joy, right? But the feelings are just like, I know they'll pass, right? It's just like an air balloon, like from the air. You just looked at it and then like eventually it'll disappear. So for me, it's important now to realize that like, yeah, I'm having a human experience. And yeah, these feelings, can I ever like not have these feelings? No. But now I'm just looking at a point of view of like, just like being aware they're there. And just the awareness of them. And I'm not grabbing into them and like pushing down the water. Because I've done that and it's not the right way.
Great analogy. And as that one feeling goes away, another one will take its place.
Mm-hmm.
It's the information, right? The information that's guiding and driving them is where the mind can be useful, can be helpful to unpack or see or make sense, make sense of the feeling. And we can't always.
I've got to go now, guys, but thank you very much. Much love to you all. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Ian,
Did
have a
you
great
did you
day.
see
too,
my
Ian.
message? Ian, please don't go. Did you see my message?
I'll have a look now. No, I haven't.
Yeah, I just really want you to read that. I need that to be read, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I've just read the direct message.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, thank you. That's beautiful. Love you, Nikki.
Yeah,
Love you
I
all.
love you. Yeah, love you. Hey, blessings. Hey, beautiful
Love you, Ian.
day. Bye. Yeah,
Much love.
love. Bye. See ya. Thanks, Pascal. That was beautifully said. That was really beautifully said. Wow. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm full. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Cheers. Much love. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Now, how's your challenge going?
My challenge. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see it. You're talking about like being with Kai?
No, I was going with
Like-
the program that about a week into it now or so.
Oh yeah. No, like I'm very yeah, I'm a little disappointed with myself, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, like I've been distracted and then like I found some excuses and stuff. So yeah, I haven't been doing it diligently. So yeah.
Oh well.
But you know, like it's in the progress for sure, you know. Like I moved my journal in the kitchen, you know, so it's ready to go. You know, because for a few days it was just like in the bedroom, and it's just like, yeah, I was like, wow, there's no way if something comes up, like I'm gonna go in my bedroom, pick it up, and then, you know, so I got to keep it with myself all the time, right? So I know like a lot of my pattern, you know, but it's like, oh, I just do it verbally, but like I need to write them down. And like really like searching deeper and deeper, right? So yesterday I was watching a show on Gaia, and he was talking about the subconscious mind and how to access our subconscious mind and stuff. And yeah, he came up with like our subconscious mind is our nervous system, and that's the first time I heard that one. You know, so he was giving some example of like successful people, how they move on different company. I think he was is that Richard Branson or something? Is that his name? Yeah. Like he's got like 400 companies or whatever, and then like he was telling, well, this guy was telling like Richard Branson like process, and he was like, okay, when he has a proposal, like he reads it out loud, and then he waits, and then if he's got that feeling to move forward, then he will, but he's got to wait for that feeling first, because he knows, yeah, he's tuned in, you would say, that knows like, yeah, this is good for me, or this is not gonna go well, right? So he doesn't go with his head, that's for sure. So he waits for that feeling. So yeah, that was really cool. And then like he was telling a little exercise that to kind of reprogram the subconscious mind. Like I don't think like he said the whole program, because they obviously they sell things, right? But like you were saying like, so the first thing, like you bring your tongue to one of your back teeth, and because it says like when you look, you know, every like left, right, center, like up, down, you access different parts of your brain. And then he says like everything is stored in your nervous system, like your subconscious mind, so which is related to your teeth. And then so when you touch like your tongue with your like one tooth, say, and then you start looking like very, very slowly, like in circle with your eye, like you access memories. And he was just going like with like good memories, like you could start with like, I don't know, like when you got your wedding day, right? And then like at one point, like you'll have like a clear image of that. And then, so I don't know exactly what's really the point, but yeah, you was just like accessing like every store information in the subconscious mind. So I think where you was going at is like if you have like, you know, a bad feeling, like anxiety, whatever, so you do the same. And I don't know, like, if you have to go tooth by tooth and then like start going like around really slowly with your eyes, and maybe you're going to see a clear image. But that's, I think like that's where he was coming at. So it was kind of an interesting interview for sure. Because I remember like you mentioned at one point, like when I'm accessing information, like I'm looking like left, up and left, you know? So what's your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, we do it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're, you know, triggers are the same thing, right? It's structure, ask a question, right? That thought, that initial trigger, that first thing that pops in is always like the starting position. It's always something there. Now we're very rarely are we aware of it, because it's once that pattern pops up, then we respond to it, whatever. So it's the key, right, is in that listening to that response and then noticing where does it take us. Because it's always like that whatever now, like you can do all sorts of things, right? If that's possible, all sorts of things that you could like spend all sorts of time distracting yourself into.
Yeah.
So
it's so easy to say, oh, I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So easy.
And it's like, so life happens, so why wouldn't we just look at what pops up in life?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any other reason than to go, like, I mean, even you said, well, I just got to go deeper into it. If well, life's happening, just with what's happening there, like notice it and then let go of it.
Yeah.
Like there's no deeper to go than that. But I know you have this desire to get to the source, to the root of it. And it's like when you get to the root, what do?
Yeah, you let go, right? It's the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really recognized that like none of these emotion, thought, yeah, they're part of me, you would say, right? They're part of me. They're part of my experience, but at the core level, they're not me. Yeah, I think like the whole exercise is like to recognize that.
Yeah, it's like there's
And-
some in
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
there's some information in it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's like there's some information in it, something from nothing right in this moment. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think everyone's convinced us that we have to do something else so that they can sell their programs.
Yeah. Yeah, that there's something wrong with us. Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not because it's now just because I don't think we've explored it, but I think there's so much into like, oh wait, that's how it triggered me. What might that mean? Or how would I want? What do I want from that? What? Because that is all just the awareness is the letting go.
Yeah. Yeah, and it comes down to the practice of like being the present moment at all time.
Mhm. Yeah, there's no other place we can really be, and the structure
You
of that, and then where am I going?
Yeah.
So that the present moment becomes the practice, the habit, the condition of what do I want? And then the present moment is just information of, am I on that track? Your balance, right? Am I balanced on that track, or am I out of balance? That's all the information is. That's all the feelings are telling us. Am I in my heart's purpose? Am I in my track? Am I in a life I want?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a guide.
Mhm. Yeah. And when we make it personal, we make it something else.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of what you say, it's like, oh, I realize that I'm not that. And it's like, yeah, no, it's just information. We aren't our information.
Yeah, and at first, like I was like, oh, okay, I'm not my thought, I'm not my emotion. But then like I was like, oh, I am my experience. And then like this guy was saying, like, well, if you will be your experience, when your experience goes, you will go too. So I'm not that either.
I think that's the beauty. That's the thing of language. If we're one thing, then we're not the other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
It's circular. You pick up hot, you pick up cold too.
Yeah, and it's when you know it's cold and when you know it's hot.
Exactly.
It's just the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, they'll say, oh, this is cold. Well, this is warm.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be like, no, it's not.
Mm-hmm. 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 And that's true, and it's the same thing is true too.
And both are true.
Mm-hmm.
or both are false. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
and there's no true or false,
That's right.
right?
Mhm.
Like when
It's
we
like,
were playing with the dragon, and then one guy was like, yeah, like I don't feel right to be in that realm.
Mhm.
Okay, fine, you know,
Mhm.
that is your truth, right?
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
no judgment, right? Like it's just,
Yep.
but it is
Yep.
just one way to look at it.
That's it. And we've been conditioned to believe that there is a right way.
Yeah.
So we
So
search for that right way, knowing that there is no right way.
no.
Now you can be a beach ball, right? That's just blowing around in the wind.
Yeah.
If that's just the end of it. Because they're really, I mean, you think of like, well, what purpose does life serve if that's the truth? You know, the purpose of life is to then bring it forth, to manifest it, to create it from that. And we all know deep down there's some desire, some yearning to express itself, to come out. And most of us, like you use the analogy, take that balloon, that beach ball, and we try and sink it.
Hmm.
So we spend all of our time and effort around it, hiding it, holding it under the water.
Yeah.
Rather than putting it out there and kicking it around and saying, all right, where do we go? What do we want?
Yeah. Now, how
And,
hard it is, like, to not be your true self.
well, and how easy it was.
Yeah.
I mean, Kai is being his true self now, right? It's like,
Oh
that's
yeah.
how easy it is. It's just
Yeah.
and so we think about how difficult it must have been to make that shift.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like years of conditioning, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's like, no wonder it's so painful to have to go back to what we learned.
Hmm.
Or spend a lifetime in the misery of it. Both are painful.
Yeah. Immensely. It's like this morning, like I fed him, and then I thought I burp him, so he burps, and I put him down and I change him, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna burp him a little bit more, and then he puke on me, like the whole meal, and then I asked my wife to help me, like, clean it up, or clean him, like I can take a shower, and then she comes, she was like, did you feed the whole thing to him, like, without break again? And I was like, yeah, I told you, right? Like, okay, now I know. I really know, you know. Obviously, I didn't learn my lesson, but like, I could have gone in the reaction and be like, yeah, but you've done this, you know. But I was just like, you know what? Okay, I just kind of respond instead than react, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's and then like the fire just extinguished, really, right?
Yep.
And then like she
Yep.
went back to bed. Because like I'm not fuel, like there's no fuel in
Yep.
me, right? Like I did that. I admit it. Yeah, maybe it was wrong. Yeah. Did I learn it for the next time? Yeah.
Oh, right. Maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
After three or
Maybe.
four times like that, I'm the
Right.
only one that the Kai puke on
Right.
me, then yeah,
Right. I mean, come on.
yeah, I learned it now. Yeah.
Man, those patterns, everyone thinks that those patterns make sense, right? And because they're looking from their point of view, they understand, but they don't even see,
Mhm.
they're unaware of their points where they're doing it.
Yeah.
And oh man, that's nothing, like there's nothing to be, we can't just acknowledge that we all have our own.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, you can't help anybody. What I learned, you can't help anybody. You can only help yourself.
Yep.
You know?
And we can make it a whole lot worse. Like you said, we can add fuel to it if we mirror what they're giving us.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah, because that
happens.
ball
Yeah,
was
it
on
happens.
fire. That ball
Yeah,
was
of
on
course.
fire.
Of course, because your worst compared to my best.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who is in the shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're like, you really like take a deep breath and then like you're stepping out of the event and you just become the awareness of it.
Mhm.
Oh, it's that's when you create space, right?
Yes. And isn't that when you can really listen?
Yeah, I think like, yeah, true listening is like listening without any judgment.
Without any response, without any reaction.
No response. Yeah, no response. No reaction. Yeah, no reaction. Just like, okay, like just understand that that's their experience.
Mhm. Mhm.
And just take it and then be like, okay, well that's possible, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So,
another
we all have
possibility.
we all have a choice after that, right? We all have a choice.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And
Yeah.
usually it's like, well, you do better next time. Okay, got it.
Yeah. You know now?
Mhm. I mean, see that mechanic of we are always right. Oh, unaware when
Like,
people
yeah.
we're unaware of that. Like that is just a mechanism that is so deep in that nervous system, right? In the background. It's like we're right, they're wrong. Like it's so drilled into
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, being right, it really stops you from expanding.
It does.
It's contracting.
Yep. Yep. When it on the surface, it sounds like, oh no, that's perfect. Like it is supposed to be. And it's like, no, it's just that conditioning in the background.
Yeah. And we I'm sure like because you study like engineering and whatnot, and if someone like doesn't know what he's talking about, well, you want to step in and tell them that they're wrong, right?
Yep.
Instead than assisting them to where they're at.
Yep.
Be like, oh, would you like to learn a bit more about this, right? Because like they're completely at the bottom level.
Yep.
You cannot dump all your knowledge on them because like you're gonna bury them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're never gonna come to see you again.
Exactly. Right. That is the dance between speaking and being heard.
Yeah, and the question is like, do you want to make people dance with you, or you want to immobilize them?
That's right. Do you want to be right, or do you want to dance?
Yeah.
Just said it that way, right? Do you want to be right, or would you rather dance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so much to learn just in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, being right. Holy. And you can take any subject, right? Like anything, you know, and then we think that the information that we're getting is right, but we're not 100% sure,
As long
right? Unless
as
it's
our
a knowing,
experience.
right? Yeah, exactly. It's one point of view, but unless it's a knowing, right? Like if you know it comes from your heart, whatever, right? Like it's just like, then you know it's true. But yeah, it's a fine line of like, oh, do I defend that? You know, because I think it's definitely true. Or I just share it, and then if like people have arguments about it, then I just let it go. Or I have to defend my point.
And I think that's the key, right? Is like if there's a defending of it,
Mm-hmm.
like defense is not an expansion.
No.
Because I think that's always got to be the best measure. It's the best measure I can find. Is it expanding or is it contracting?
Yeah.
And man, those are especially in the heat of the moment, right? Like when your baby's puked on you and of course you messed up, right? The heat of the moment,
Mm-hmm.
you're to blame. You're under the radar, you're in the fire. Is that the hardest time to not defend?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And in those moments is where we get to see our progress.
Yeah. And the hardest thing is like when you always, you're getting dumped on, but you can't. You're like, well, I'm the evolved soul, you'd say, right? So I'm the one that can take it and then like not push it back.
Yeah. Well, look at how much more aware I am about what's happening than you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is just another version of Judger.
I know. Yeah. You'd be like, Pascal, like seriously, your wife is right. Your wife is right. Right?
No, she's not. I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the middle ground, right?
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. It's so crazy when we become aware of it.
Oh. And yeah, like that's the beautiful thing when we can create that space. Right? Now you're not reacting to really in anything.
In that space allows us to get better, to improve.
Yeah, it's like the balance, the harmony, equal, right? Being equal.
Yeah.
It's like another thing, like I'm pretty calm in nature, and then but You know, if someone do something wrong to me, say I don't react maybe like I should, according to my wife, you know. But in the same time, like, why would I put energy towards that? Right? And bring that ball of fire even bigger.
That's right. That's right. Really, it's and it's, you know, it's well, what is my choice? I find that's so settling. If I can, no matter what situation, do I still choose you? Do I still choose her? Ah, man, does that settle me?
Yeah. And the thing, like, when you don't react, because, like, obviously you're not matching the energy with the other person, that friend, your wife, your baby. And maybe, like, that's why, like people leave you, you know, you see friends, you know, especially in the last 3 years, like a lot of people lose a lot of friends, and the family like get divided, like you're not on the same energy standpoint, you're not reacting as much. And then we think like, oh, that's gotta be me, you know, I should have react to this. But like at the core level, we're all perfect, whole, everything, right? It's just like maybe they have more pattern to work through, or
You know, like in that is the assumption that it's got to stay the same.
yeah.
You know, none of it does. Nothing ever does.
No,
It's just hard for us to see the change. You know.
that's
Whether
my
there is
biggest
change, whether there
compliment when,
isn't.
yeah, that's the biggest compliment I can get, like, oh, you change. I'm like, yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not the
Man,
same person. No, I'm not.
yeah,
I don't want to be.
yeah.
And that's a choice.
And then when it's not even not like not noticed or not realized, not appreciated, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just,
Mhm. Funny creatures we are.
what's that?
Funny creatures we are.
Oh, why do we make it so complicated?
Right?
That's, you know, like, why it's not like, okay, what you love, do it next. Okay, what you love, you know,
Yeah. Well, we can
and be
thank our
like,
parents for that.
yeah. Yeah. No, you should
We
be
can
this. You
blame
should be
somebody. We'll
this.
just blame them, and then they'll
Yeah,
blame their
yeah,
yeah. We'll just keep the blame going.
yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh my God. Instead than saying like, oh, they did the best they can, and
Yep.
you know,
which is always a powerful orientation, huh? They're doing their best. I'm doing my best. You know, because a child born into a family of thieves, you know, will just do their best.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but one would be a thief and one would be a good person, you know. You wouldn't be a thief.
You know? The point is, we have a feeling that one should be a good person. And that being a thief isn't a good person.
Yeah. Even though like you know, we don't know the circumstance, but like, you know, you don't have anything to eat or something, and then like, yeah, you steal a loaf of bread, you know what I mean, for your family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One time, and that just turns into a reputation, an identity.
Yeah. And you're seen as a bad person.
That's right, right. As if there
Yeah,
is
I
such
see
a
a
thing.
lot of things differently, to be honest. You know, and when you think like, yeah, it's just a movie. You know, it comes down to just, you know, it's an illusion. It's a movie. You know, it's here to learn. And like, I think if you have like some bad guys in your life, you'd say, right? Like they were there to teach us lessons. You know, if it would be in the movie, you would have been like, man, like you did such a good job on your part. You know, you were such an asshole.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
instead, like we're just gonna like just talk and talk about it for the rest of our life, and then like try to find revenge, and because we don't know, you know, I don't know for sure it's an illusion, but that's what I go with, right? And that's what helps me to have compassion for others, or like love people that hurt me. Right? That's the only way for me, like, you know, that I think it's a movie, and then I'm like, oh wow, you did a really good job. You did a really good job. You pissed me off really hard, you know?
Really good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You did your best.
Yeah, you did your best. You know, one guy was talking about Hitler, right? And like, yeah, from a human perspective, like the worst person ever, right? But like this guy, I don't know. I don't know if you know. I don't think he knows him personally, but like he can like go in between realms and whatnot. And he says like, you know, Hitler, like he's still like recovering from that life, you know. But like he was giving this role because like he's so good at it. Just like, I don't know, like any good actor. Right? They're just good at, and that's what they were giving this role. But yeah, like did he create a lot of pain? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
right? But yeah, and it's good like to just kind of look at that a different perspective that way, right? Like,
Yeah.
and like you should see like in this call, like, oh, people were angry. They were like, yeah, but you don't know, like we did, blah blah blah. Yeah, but it was just a role. You know,
Just a roll.
he was just part of the movie.
Just a roll. Thanks, Pascal. Great speaking
Yeah, man.
with you.
Yeah, I gotta
Thanks.
go. For sure.
Me too. All right, bud. Till next
Cool,
time.
man. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Love you, Jesse.
Love you.